Good morning. I'm Martin Molina, and I'm having these short video interviews with meditators across the country, especially at this time of pandemic crisis, that we can check in with each other and see how we are doing and what Christian meditation is doing for us. So I'm very pleased as my guest today to have Luis Zunino from Vancouver joining me. And so good morning and welcome, Luis. I'd like to ask you first, how has Christian meditation helped you during this pandemic crisis?
Uh, uh, Thank you, Martin, for having me. Thank you. Um, well, um, well, in the past weeks, it has been, difficult times. But up to now, up to a few weeks ago, meditation was a sort of daily routine, something like you do. You try to do it 2 times every day, and so on, and then get with the group and so on. But in the last 7 weeks or something like that, it was more than a place of refuge, a
Mm-hmm.
place where you go after, tough day.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is every day were difficult, and but because we had to maintain, with our some sort of rhythm working. As you know, we work with my wife in construction, and we are architects, and we go to sites and interact with people and engineers and so on. We maintain that, but also um, mm, mm, at the family environment, we try to maintain calm and get organized with the new standards and for social distance and so on. But at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, when you do meditation, everything comes into, and all the fears, all the unknowns are coming, and you are looking for a refuge and something, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there is the silence, there's the dark room. I have a small space and dark room,
Mm-hmm.
and you do meditation the best you can.
Yes.
But you feel that after the fact, you have energy to continue the next day.
That's wonderful. No, before the pandemic crisis, you belonged to a Christian meditation group that met regularly.
Yes.
I think you're part of two groups now meeting online. I'm wondering, how did your groups make the shift to meeting online?
Well, uh, I've been working. I've been doing meditation for about, well, I don't know exactly, but 17 years or so.
Mm,
And I started with Colleen Donald at her home in North Vancouver. And then after a couple of years, I decided to start a group in my parish, in St. Edmund Parish, in North Vancouver too.
mm,
And we never stopped. So we've been there for more than 15 years.
mm,
So,
mm,
and it's a small, very simple church. It's one of the oldest buildings in North Vancouver, and it's amazing because we go over there at night on Mondays, and we get together. We almost we don't chat. We just, everybody knows what to do, and I open the church about 20 minutes before and put everything in place, and I sit down, and I know by the sounds of the door and the walking which person is which. I don't need to turn myself to look at. I know who is coming. So that kind of, what I'm
mm,
trying to say is that kind of relationship, right?
mm,
So we're used to that. And then uh, this happens,
mm,
and I was really concerned. Uh, even the parishes didn't make any move, and I was really really anxious.
mm,
So I called Colleen Donald because she's one of the, you know uh, persons who has supported for long time in meditation and work a lot, and says, "Look, I have this problem, and I, have a doubt what to do with the group." And she says, what is your feeling? What is your gut feeling? I said, I think we have to stop and doing something different. Well,
Mhm.
just do it. She said, well,
Mhm.
okay, I will do it. And we stop and we start immediately doing meditation using Zoom. Virtual meditation.
Yes.
We never stopped one single Monday. It
Wow.
was continuous,
It
right?
was continuous. Yeah.
But this sense of urgency that I personally have, I make the decision because nobody wants to leave the
Mhm.
place where we did meditation before,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
either myself. But I sort of pressure the group. I said, let's stop and let's just try it,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's what
Well,
we.
now that you've been doing it for almost 2 months online, like continuously on Mondays, what has been the greatest benefit for group members meeting online right now? What do you sense is a big benefit for them, and what need has this practice met at this time?
To be honest with you, I don't know the benefits yet because it's too early.
Mm,
Uh, but uh, at least we maintain our practice, and we are together once a week. But
yeah.
but as you know, the bulk of the work in meditation is personal, is individual,
Hmm.
home
Hmm.
2 times a day,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So everybody is on that.
Hmm.
It has not changed. the
Hmm.
the social part, the once a week meeting, has been changed. So it's a proportion of the whole practice. It's not a lot. It's a proportion. Is the contact. And what I notice is that people want to talk more in the encounters, on the virtual encounter.
They talk more.
We
That's my
talk more.
experience too. That's
Yeah,
been my experience. They want to talk more so even online than in a group. Mm,
because of the experience of the pandemic at home, whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
but the real benefits, I don't know yet.
It will
But
have.
also there are some shares of ideas or shares of uh, common news by
Mhm,
email within the group that is happening that doesn't happen before.
mhm. Yes, that's true. There's an expanding community in a sense online, but many of our meditators are seniors. Their facility with technology is not as good as younger people. What is the greatest challenge that you have seen in this medium of meeting online for meditation?
Well, since the first meeting, the first meeting was, so the sound doesn't work, the
Mhm,
connection, some of them didn't connect and so on. But we have an agreement in the beginning before to start, even by the phone. If something doesn't work
mhm,
or somebody is not connected, make sure that you do meditation at the same time we do it at 7 p.m. We start
mhm.
it all over, even if you are disconnected. That was the agreement, right?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
these are, with pins,
Yeah.
um, and that worked because in the first three meetings, some of the members has to do, and
Mhm,
we were not connected, and they did meditation alone,
mhm,
knowing that the group was doing meditation. So,
mhm,
but then things get along. Difficult for the group. I don't think there are too many difficult. The only problem, I guess, in terms of concentration during meditation time is the leader, the person who does all the
mhm.
button connections, phone
Yeah.
calls parallel to Zoom,
Yeah.
and the fear that everything collapse at some moment, that kind of thing. And then you
That could
start
be.
doing meditation, but you have one eye closed and the other eye looking everything that works. That's it.
Yeah.
It's nothing, you
Yeah,
know.
I hear one advice you're giving is that there be an agreement among group members, even if they can't meet online, that the one time of day is sacred, and they can still meditate knowing that their group is meditating somewhere else. Is there any other advice you'd give in terms of group formation in this medium?
Well, there are two areas here,
Mhm,
if you will. So if you're a leader today, you have to be flexible with
mhm,
a lot of patience.
mhm.
Things that I'm really bad at that. I'm not patient, and I'm not totally flexible.
I
So
think we can
you,
relate. I certainly
you
can.
you have to do an effort, because in those conditions, in this particular condition of the world, people react in different ways, not in the same way that 2 months ago,
Mhm,
for that reason. So
mhm,
you have one aspect, that to be patient and flexible. And the
patient.
other aspect is the standard of technology that you had to put in place as a leader. You had to be strict on that, because
Mhm,
otherwise things are not working in technology. You
mhm,
know, Zoom, emails, uh,
mhm,
take notes, respond emails properly and on time, and so on. Those kind of things, you have to be strict on that,
mhm,
rigorous on that.
mhm.
Otherwise, everything relaxes, and when you need it, doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
Patience and flexibility. Absolutely. I know, I think it was your group that sent me an example of a protocol, a Zoom protocol that you gave to your group members early on about what to expect coming into the room. Is that something you would encourage online groups to develop, sort of like a covenant, like 10 minutes before the start of the meeting? It's open and so forth and so on.
yes, we started something,
Hmm.
and somebody, each one can write your own or use what we have, if you
Hmm.
can share that. Definitely, you have to have something, but also there is more that, you know um, in the past 2 days we have been with the regional coordinator talking, Maeve Slane,
Hmm.
and we were writing more stuff
Good.
around the organization of
Yeah.
these things, and the
Oh,
organization of other using other tools to bring people together.
together.
So
Excellent.
yes,
Excellent. I hope to have to get a look at that when you're done. Maybe we can make that available and share it with other interested groups. Once we're past this immediate crisis, into whatever the new normal will look like, are there any visions of how you see your group functioning, given now your growing and evolving experience in online meditation? How will things look? What will be different in the practice of group meditation once physical distancing restrictions are lifted?
um, personally, I have several theories about how the future will be, but does not apply
Hmm.
because nobody knows,
Nobody knows.
obviously. But the hunch I have is that we are learning together a way to communicate that we are not going to give up,
Hmm.
because it's a very good tool.
Hmm.
For
Hmm.
instance, let's say in 1 week everybody has a vaccination and no more pandemic in the world. Okay, but we still having winters.
Hmm. Hmm.
We still having piles of snows and winters or storms or wherever, and this is a tool to use in
Hmm.
those
Hmm.
times. So basically, we are not going to cancel any uh, Monday night meeting in St. Edmunds because of a
Yeah.
bad weather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can always have a device handy and connection with the internet, and then include those who cannot physically attend the meeting in bad weather, for
yeah,
example. Excellent.
exactly. Or we can put in place in the church, when we go back to the church in the future, we
Hmm.
can put in place an on live connection for the people who cannot attend.
Hmm. Hmm.
This,
Yeah.
there are no limits.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Luis, for giving us your time and your insights and part of your journey that you're traveling now with your groups. Luis serves currently on the National Council of our Christian meditation community in Canada as the web master, and thank you so much. Any last parting words of encouragement, Luis?
Thank you for your work, Martin. It's very important. It's amazing what you do, and keep doing that. And we have to adapt and change all ourselves and the technology in our hands to get over this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for those words of hope and encouragement, Luis. Thank you.
Thank you.